Hey there, East Tennessee. Hope you are enjoying this fantastic Friday so far. It was a cold start, but we're getting up to those highs that'll be in the upper 50s to lower 60s pretty soon. As we get into the nighttime, though, more cloud cover going to enter the fray, which is going to help us not get as cold tonight, only falling into the upper 40s, maybe lower 40s for some people further over into the east, but that's going to be preceding some rainfall that we see as we get into your Saturday. Weekend as a whole, going to be a bit of a messy one. We're now looking at the opportunity for level 1 severe weather, so mainly gusty winds, maybe an isolated tornado. Isolated, okay, very low chances. That's going to be in the plateau, maybe a bit of the valley. But we get a high mountain wave wind event coming to go along with those heavy rains that could inhibit some of the rainfall for people that are lying in the foothills. We could get anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain with some flooding possible as well. And we have colder air that comes in behind it, could maybe bring a couple flurries into the region. This is mainly going to be for higher elevations, though. So a lot happening right now. You're taking a look at the most recently updated severe potential as of about, say, somewhere between 11:30, 12:30 by the Storm Prediction Center. At first, we were just seeing that impact in some of our far plateau counties. Now, that's expanded further out into the valley, and I don't know. I'm not entirely seeing that same level of risk. Now, the reason that they claim to do this was because there is a possibility of a couple more supercell systems or bowing along the cold front to extend a little bit longer than they maybe think. But I'm not seeing very high instability levels here in East Tennessee, so I'm not really banking on that opportunity, but hey, it's never a bad idea to play things a little bit safe. Speaking of that severe potential, we're now also seeing that level 2 expand past Western Tennessee into Middle Tennessee. So essentially the entire western half of the state is going to be under that level 2 risk where tornado risk is a little bit higher. But let's just go ahead and break it all down. Right now, we got high pressure off to our southeast. It's going to move out of the way. You see a couple of those showers forming further on along Louisiana, but we're going to see the greater system develop as we get into your Saturday. We have that opportunity for morning rain that starts as just a couple of spotty showers, and we see a full wave develop that moves through on your Saturday morning, generally out of the way by the early afternoon, and we get a lull in activity between, say, maybe around noontime into the early evening. Although there may be a couple of scattered showers for the plateau in storms that, again, move out along the front. But here's some of the rainfall that I was talking about moving along the cold front. And so the bowing is when you have, actually, this might be a good example right about here. When you have a bowing, that just means you have a section of that line of storms that's pushing out ahead of the rest of it. That's going to help drag along the rest of the system and help things move a little bit quickly. That's why usually these frontal storms pass by so quickly. So this is one of our faster models where we see some of those stronger storms coming into the area, say anywhere between about 10 p.m. to midnight, continuing to pass through with decent strength in the plateau and a bit of the valley, but we're weakening into maybe just some moderate to heavy rainfall as we get into your Sunday morning. So you're going to wake up to that rain on Sunday morning. It's going to pass on through, and then there is the possibility of some of this getting a little bit icy, maybe a little bit snowy for higher elevations, but it's very dependent on the temperature. What I mean is we have, of course, cooler air coming behind the cold front that's going to help make some of that possible. However, the moisture might already be gone by the time that it gets cold enough. You see, it's only in the lower 40s by the time we see that opportunity. We have lows that get closer, if not below freezing, but it may not happen quickly enough for us to see any of those chances. If we do get any accumulations of snowfall, they'll be on the lighter end, maybe 1 to 2 inches for people above 2,500 to 3,000 feet. In terms of rainfall, whole lot of it, anywhere from 1.5 inches over here farther east to closer to 3 inches as you get further out into the west and the south. We love to see it, but because of how much rainfall we're seeing in this short time period, there is also a flood risk that we are going to experience on both Saturday and on Sunday, because that's just a lot of rain, especially when we have drought. Even still, a couple pockets of extreme drought and severe drought in most other places. So here's that full 7-day forecast. A lot going on this weekend, but just make sure you stay tuned with us. Behind the front, we're going to see much cooler temperatures. Highs rebound back to average by midweek, but lows stay below freezing.